mentoring program for students in high school and middle school that weren't doing as well as their principal felt they should. And she was the one that began to teach them, here's how you stay to it, here's how you pursue it, here's how you reach success. And the nice thing is she's still in touch with them. She's become their mentor. She's become their, in many cases, parent who says, you're going to make it through high school, you're going to make it to college, and stick with me. So this is a woman who, at her young age, already understands what it means to give back, like me and NACME obviously already do. So she's also very active in NACME. Many of you know NACME, the National Society of Black Engineers, which has been powerful in high schools and colleges and really shaping the visions of young, especially black engineers, and is equally strong in Hispanic engineers and others. She's tutored at Poly, she's mentored at Poly, she's been a great student. So I want to introduce one of our great students. She was on the cover of NACME's annual report, so get it out and you can read about her there too. But Sukari, come up and tell a little bit about yourself.
So, I stand before you today just to share my story, how I got into engineering, what NACME means to me, what I feel like everyone in this room needs to understand, you guys being in this room, what that means to us as NACME scholars. So, before I got a solid grasp of exactly what engineering was, I never really considered studying in college. In my mind, an engineering student was someone who got 90s in math and science in high school, someone who was on the robotics team for 4 or more years. And I didn't really fit that mold, at least I didn't think I did. I attended Brooklyn Technical High School, which is one of the top high schools in New York. I was very much involved with NACME there, very much involved with the National Honor Society. But despite being so involved and being at one of the top schools in the city, I still struggled with math. That was the biggest thing I would have to say I struggled with. And as the years progressed, it just got harder for me to really grasp the true understanding of it. So because I was so involved with NACME and because Poly had such a close relationship with my high school, I was very much exposed to engineering. But because of my struggles with math, I felt like if I don't understand math, how could I possibly go into studying engineering, which is so math intensive? But that all changed one day. One student, an engineering, computer engineering major, first-year student at Poly, reached out to me just to check on me, see how I was doing in high school, see how college applications are, just to see how I was doing. And he had the same experiences he had the same issues in high school that I had. He had a big issue with math. But he didn't let that deter him from just studying engineering. He went to Poly, and he used all the resources that Poly provides students to not only increase his grades in math, but to really get a better general understanding of the concepts behind mathematics, which I feel like is very important. So after that conversation, after that encounter, I just felt more inspired to really look into this thing called engineering, see what it really was about, see what the different fields of engineering were, what I could be possibly interested in, excuse me. And when I sat back and I thought about it, there was nothing, and there wasn't anyone who was stopping me from pursuing a degree in engineering except for myself. Because I said, oh, I'm not good at math, so there's no way I can be an engineer. But just having someone reaching out to me helped change my whole outlook on that. And now I'm here at Poly. I'm majoring in civil engineering, and I'm at a school that is very diverse. The diversity of the campus is amazing, known all across the country. And Poly provides me with the resources that I feel I need to succeed, not only academically, but also professionally and socially. In an interview with the Young Turks in March, Dr. Irving McPhail emphasized the importance of developing awareness about engineering among parents and students. As Dr. McPhail stated, NACME has a diversified strategy that covers the continuum from middle school to workforce. This all starts with building the general level of awareness in our community, and NACME does just that. I am honored to stand before you today as an NYU Poly NACME Scholar. I am grateful to be a part of an organization who makes a conscious effort to increase the level of awareness of the opportunities of STEM in communities that other people have ignored or just simply let fall by the wayside. To all of the members of Corporate Council, the Board of Directors, and corporate sponsors, thank you. Thank you for believing in the mission of NACME. Thank you for not counting it a robbery to donate your money, your time, your expertise to increasing the number of minorities going on to pursuing degrees in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. I was fortunate enough to have someone in my life who could actually speak to me about engineering. But there are thousands of children and students across the country who do not have that luxury, and even around the world who don't have that luxury. When you support NACME, you are supporting the vision of a comprehensive national STEM pathway for minorities. You are supporting the development of a diverse group of engineers and scientists who can improve the solutions America has to offer to solve economical, environmental, and technological dilemmas. You are supporting students like myself, those who just needed someone to share their story about how they were doing as an engineering student in college. The students who do not have all the money that they necessarily need to go to college. The students who just really want to make a difference and want to inspire others to do the same. At this time, I would like all of the NACME scholars in the room to please stand to be acknowledged. Some of the students whose lives have been impacted positively by the efforts of NACME. We all have different stories, we all have different backgrounds, but NACME is that link that creates the common bond that joins us together. In closing, I ask everyone in this room to take a moment and think about how diverse America is. Our music, our clothing, our food, they all have pieces of different cultures that all come together to make the melting pot that is America. Now let's consider the meals you've eaten in the past week, or that you just ate, right? Now, don't you think that it's fair that we have a workforce that is just as diverse as the food you eat during any given week? Without diversity, wouldn't your meals be bland? Do we want to settle for a bland workforce in America, or do we want to prepare students to create a proper reflection of what America actually is? It is imperative that we continue to put our efforts towards increasing awareness in the minority communities across the country. If we all continue to work towards increasing the number of minority students who graduate with a degree in any of the fields under the STEM umbrella, we are providing our country with the diversity it needs to propel into a position of power. It is then when we will be able to lead the path towards what Dr. McPhail refers to as the focal point of discovery and innovation. Thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the evening.